Hello and welcome to today's video. So this time we're going to be taking our final look through the DeAgostini Star Wars official figurine collection. These were published in 2006 in the UK, and each issue came with like a magazine. As such, this is one on the Gamorrean Guards, and also came with a small like soft lead alloy figure. And I've been going through my collection. I'm giving them a bit of a clean because they're a little bit dusty, and seeing which ones I've got, I've got a couple which were damaged, and there were sadly 2 or 3 that were missing from the run. So as much for my benefit as yours, I'm showing you what I've got, plus we're seeing which ones I'm missing, which is only a handful. So anyway, that will be the subject of today's video. So sit back, relax, and let's get to it. Okay, so this is the first one, and it's number 41 in the series. It's the Gamorrean Guard, always a great sort of character, this, in the Star Wars universe. They're fantastic. And I've got a slightly bigger tray to put these on, and at the end of this, we'll get the whole collection, everything that I've got from the 60 that were released, and we'll have a look at the whole lot in one hit. So 42 then is Qui-Gon Jinn. And there he is, quite a nice little sculpt of Qui-Gon there. Cool stuff. The dust is mainly picked up around the sort of the base, the feet and that. But using this toothbrush, it gets into all those little nooks and crannies and doesn't present any sort of problem. Number 42 here is the Snow Trooper. There we are. It's a nice figure, isn't it? And they really, because of what they're made of, it's some sort of alloy. It's not lead, but it's an alloy. They are really quite weighty in the hand, and they do remind me of sort of old D&D figures that I had as a kid that I would like sort of paint up badly usually. I do also remember I used to have 8 or 9 sets of the West End Games miniature figures, which I had a friend paint up for me. Sadly, I got rid of those, but I really regret that because they were fantastic. I do like the West End Game stuff. And it was that time when there wasn't a lot of Star Wars stuff being released, and those box sets of figures I had were just great. I really do regret getting shot of those, but they remind me of these quite a bit. Number 44 then is Princess Leia in Bouche Disguise. It's again quite mucky on the base, this one. So I am very much intending to get my Star Wars stuff back on display. I'm not going to be able to obviously touch all of it, but the stuff that I've had popped into GW acrylic cases, some of my vintage bits, that's all going out on display, and hopefully I'll have some room for a bit more. So we'll have to see. 45 then is Ula, the exotic dancer, indeed. Femi Taylor used to do the shows quite a bit. I don't know if she still does. Obviously, no one's doing any shows at the moment, but when they come back, she used to be a bit of a regular on the convention circuit. 46, Wanted Dead or Alive Bounty Hunters. I see. Well, isn't that Zam Weasel? I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't have called it a Wanted Dead or Alive Bounty Hunter. That's weird, isn't it? That's a weird thing. That's like a generic term rather than an actual character. What were they thinking? Number 48. 49 is Shakti, Jedi Master. And that's a nice figure, that one. They've done a good job on that one there. Not on a base per se, because of his cloak, which forms quite a wide base, but also quite dusty. Cool. For number 50 then, a bit of a milestone, they've given it to Watto. Oh dear. I suppose they've not done a bad version of him. I mean, he's okay, isn't he, Watto? But for the 50th, and look how diddy he is. You're not getting a lot of figure for your money there, are you? I think they were getting ready for number 51, which, as we'll see, they used quite a bit of lead on, which was Max Rebo, and he's at his keyboard there, and that's quite a hefty figure. Not the heaviest. That has to go to Jabba. Jabba, not Jawa, Jabba. And I think the biggest one is the AT-AT, which is fantastic. That's not bad, actually. That's a good little version of Max. That's great, isn't it, actually? These are 2007 now, so we have moved on a year from when these were first released, because they were coming out fortnightly. Number 52, once again a generic Hoth Trooper, rather than a particular character. That's a shame, once again. You'd think they could have done someone a bit more, they could have chosen someone from the cast, you know? I don't know. What about a Han Hoth or something like that? DeAgostini, not such a good choice, that one, I'm afraid. 53 is the Scout Trooper. That's always a cool figure, isn't it? The Biker Scout. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Got a stubby gun there as well. I was delighted to see these making a comeback in The Mandalorian Season 1. And as I film these, Season 2 is about to start on Disney+. Very much looking forward to The Mandalorian. Some of the best Star Wars of recent years, in my opinion. Number 54 is Zukus. There he is. So when I was doing the previous videos, unfortunately my Boba Fett and IG-88 were missing. I was really gutted about that. And I should have acted at the time and got them direct from DeAgostini, because I don't believe you can find these. They are around second hand, but certain figures are more than others. I've seen some individual figures at 25 quid, and others where, well, there was a chap selling the full range of the figures but without the magazines for 100. So I don't know. I'm going to just have to have a look for that. Number 55 then is Lobot. There he is. Bridge all this. Yeah, quite a nice, pretty simple sculpt, isn't it, to do Lobot? I doubt that was too taxing for anyone. So, Lethal Machines, Killer Droids. So what does that tie into? That doesn't tie into anything, does it? What was the figure supposed to be? 56 was Zukus. 54 was For Long, which I've got here. So I've actually done these in slightly the wrong order. So 54, although they said it was Zukus, it wasn't. So let's pop this one in now. I'm going to make sure we don't have any missing, do we? And it was Lobot. Yeah, so that was supposed to be For Long. Then number 57 is Bosk. Now this magazine's got dusty. There's another one which, for some weird reason, some of these have got dusty. It must have been where they were just left for a while. I don't know. But this is a really nice one. So this is Bosk. And they've got the colour just right. It's sort of like mustardy yellow. I wonder if Tim at Bosk's Bounty has got this one. Let me know, Tim. 58 then is Dengar. Cool. 59 is the Y-Wing fighter. And number 60 I'm missing, which annoyingly again is Slave 1. It's the Boba Fett one. I think that must have been deliberate on the distributors who we got these from. And they must have known those were going to be the hot sort of characters and hot ships. So they deliberately didn't send them out to the independent comic shops, which is why I missed out on that. But there we are, there's the Y-Wing as well. Pretty cool stuff. Nice little selection. There's some good figures in there, particularly the bounty hunters. They're excellent. Yeah, good stuff. So I think what we'll do now, I'm going to go and get the other 40-odd figures as well. I'm going to put them all together and see what they look like as a full collection. Here's just one last little overview of all the figures that I've got, and they do look really, really smart when they're all together. That's for certain. And I'm definitely going to try and get those missing few just to finish the collection off. Well, there is the full collection. Missing just about 3 figures, which isn't too bad, and I'll certainly aim to try and track down the missing ones in my collection, just so I've got the full set. I think they look really good when they're all together. I think they'll look even better when they're in a nice shelf on a display case. I think they'll look great then. And that is certainly something I intend doing before the year is out. So there we are. I hope you have enjoyed this 3-part look through the DeAgostini Star Wars figurine collection from 2006 and 2007. There's certainly some great figures in there to enjoy. If you have enjoyed today's video, do please give it a thumbs up. Do please consider subscribing for regular vintage Star Wars content, and I shall look forward to seeing you again very soon. Bye.